Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. We got videos today from Man Talk.
I've come to the conclusion that the reason that there's just such a lack of hot straight men is because women are just not as good at pushing a beauty standard onto men as they are onto us and onto each other. Okay, you look at the gay community, they're all hot. You look at the women, they're all hot. You look at the straight men. Crickets. Julie.
I don't think all gay men are hot. I know quite a few of them that are very overweight.
Fox said it best, okay? And I think it's because we are just accepting mediocrity and calling it hot. We are pulling most plain men out of the bottom of the barrel and we're being...
You are right. We are accepting mediocrity and calling it hot. And it's women.
Like, yep, no, he's hot. Because we're giving him qualities that really inherently aren't that hot. And calling him hot, he just has to check one box. He's 6'3", he's hot. He has a job, he's hot. He hasn't seen the inside of a gym in God knows how long. He doesn't know what a vegetable is and what's up with his face.
Yeah, I could ask you the same question, but this is YouTube, so I'm gonna be a gentleman.
You look like a man in this picture right here, girl. Like, if you took away a lot of that hair, even with that hair, you look kind of manly still.
Now,
just saying.
Let's see if what you said passes the smell test. According to you, all the straight women are hot and the men are not. On the other hand, according to the CDC, the average American woman weighs around 170 pounds, with a height between 5'3" and 5'4".
Big girls.
Thereby making her overweight. But according to you, she deserves a man who's over 6'3", is in shape, eats healthy, and is handsome. Well, sweetie, thanks for confirming yet another manosphere talking point, that average women don't want average men. But you see, the bad news is that the 6'3" handsome buff Chad will never commit to a short overweight woman who might also have a jawline that could make a Viking jealous.
We don't mix with these people.
True. I'm slightly jealous of her jawline.
What kind of offspring do you think that would yield?
Dating is boring and men are not interesting. I do not care if I get a free meal, okay? My time is not worth a $20 green curry at a Thai restaurant. Men get to stare at me for an hour.
Somehow I think watching paint dry for an hour would be less boring than that.
True.
They get to giggle, they get to blush, they get to kick their little feet.
They get to lose brain cells hearing you talk cringe.
And what do I get out of it? A meal that I could make myself, a meal that I could pay for myself. I have to stare at someone who's honestly not that attractive, let's be so real.
So why did you go out with them? Oh yeah, for the free meal that you spoke of that you could cook yourself and pay for, but you didn't.
And who brings nothing to the table. I don't care how much a man makes. If you can't make me laugh, you can't do a lot of other things.
Like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
Right.
I make you laugh. I'm here to amuse you.
Women are taught to be perfect. Perfect. In the way that we look, in the way that we think, in the way that we act, with literally everything we do.
No, just in your own heads, you guys think you're perfect. No one told you or taught you to be perfect because you guys are nowhere close to that.
Uh-huh. All those teachings to be a solid 4.5 on a good day.
Ma'am, you're average looking at best.
And what are men taught? That the way that they are is okay. Men are taught that their existence is acceptable, regardless of what that existence is. I encounter...
Again, it's just pure projection, right? That's exactly what women think, and men know exactly where our standing is. We can't just be ourselves. No, we gotta be better.
Men in their 20s who have acne. It's like, did you not get a skincare routine during COVID like I did? Why do you have a neck beard? You're on a date, why didn't you brush your hair? Why are you wearing sneakers? Why aren't you even trying to look nice? You're not even trying.
Maybe because they don't think you're worth the effort.
What?
And if you think about it, nowadays, in the age of social media and dating apps, that date has about an 80% chance of not leading to anything more.
Correct.
And even if it does lead to marriage and kids, more than 50% of marriages in the US end in divorce, with the women initiating 80 to 90% of divorces. So, yeah, they don't think you're worth the effort.
No, ma'am. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
I am fat
Ooh.
and I am ugly. I am in my 40s, I have no partner, and I'm childless. My landlord sold my house, so I'm back living with my parents. A very fulfilling but very low paid job. Almost all my savings vanished when the pandemic hit because I was self-employed. I have barely any friends. and I have a mental health condition that makes me hate myself. I am very good at doing myself down, as you can probably tell. Of course, of the things I listed at the start, there are some things I can change, obviously. But yeah, I would like the universe to just go, she's a good person. She's a good person. Let's give her her good moment.
That's just not how the universe works. I'm sorry. There's plenty of good men out there in the same boat as you that tried hard in life, didn't quite make it, had some issues. They're good people, but doesn't mean they're gonna get what they need or get what they want. You have to earn it. I'm sorry.
So, you know you can change a lot of the things about yourself that you don't like, and you know you have the power to do so, but you expect the universe to do the work for you.
Why am I not surprised?
You know, yesterday, I went to a doctor friend of mine for a routine checkup, and while I was in the waiting room, I talked to an older woman in her 60s about health in general. Now, she told me that she has high blood pressure, and she has to take medication for it every day. And the thing is, she was very much overweight. So I asked her if she didn't know that losing weight can significantly lower blood pressure. And she told me that she knows, but it's the Koreans' fault.
What?
Because they make such good soap operas. And it's the Chinese fault too, because they make good takeout. So...
Racist much? It's just Asians' fault for making damn good food and damn good drama? My bad.
More or less, all she does all day is sit on the couch watching brain rot and eating junk, which explains the high blood pressure.
Oh my jeez.
And no, she's not willing to change anything because she's got the pills.
Correct.
He's crazy.
Needless to say, the universe isn't gonna fix her blood pressure just because she's a good person. And guess what? The universe isn't gonna fix your problems either because, as you ladies put it, your body, your choice.
That's why I always say you have to earn everything in life. You want a good body, you want a chiseled abs and all that stuff, you're gonna have to earn it. Yeah, you could probably get surgery for that stuff, but it ain't the same.
Your consequences too.
The men who hate feminism, you can't afford it. You're broke as you cannot afford to hate the A man's job is to protect and provide, they say. Protect and provide what? A 4-for-4 every 2 days? Like, I'm just like, are you guys being so cruel right now?
Why are you hating the 4-for-4? I survived on that 4-for-4 for many years. Like 2 years straight, I survived that 4-for-4. Thank you, Wendy's.
You have a business administration degree. You make like $90K a year typing in basic Excel functions at your 9 to 5.
Projection much?
Learn to lower your standards. You're running out of time. Oh, that is so interesting that you would assume that I have high standards. I think my standards are actually pretty normal. Let's talk about them. Number one, he has to plan the first date. If he doesn't plan the first date, I'm not saying yes. Number two, he has to pay for the first date and he has to pay for all of my drinks and I won't offer to pay for any. Number three, if he wants a second date, I demand to see his bank statements. I won't go on a second date without seeing how much income he actually makes. I'm a business.
Oh, then perfect. You're going to just be alone and single for the rest of your life. You should have just told us that.
Woman, don't be triggered. Honestly, I think more women should be completing these steps of vetting when it comes to men.
And before I even agree to a first date, I'm gonna need to see your credit score and a detailed breakdown of your body count. And the number of STDs you've had, if any.
How
dare! Now I'm gonna be real.
Weight matters.
I don't date TikTok cringe posters anyway, but hey, you hold on to those standards of yours, sweetie, and you'll probably be posting the same cringe on TikTok when you're 59.
Damn.
You just said that a huge amount of men between the age of 15 and 50 will not pass on their genes.
Okay, part two of talking about this video. If you've not seen the end, Stephen Bartlett goes on to say that men are essentially a dying breed and that should we look at putting systems in place that means these men will meet women before they become incels. But I wanted to make this video to talk specifically about that phrase, incel, and how frequently it's being used nowadays.
Yes.
My problem is that phrases like incel and male loneliness epidemic are being pushed to the masses.
By bitter, man-hating women on the internet.
And they're being pushed to the masses, disguised as research into men's mental health, and they're framed through a lens of intellectual conversation and healthy masculinity, when in reality, Phenomenons like the male loneliness epidemic and phrases like incel have been created and cultivated by men to do nothing more than push this patriarchal, misogynistic ideology that women are there solely for men and for reproduction.
Every day, more lies.
Sweetie, if that were true, men would be the ones complaining about it. But as it stands, the only people talking about this alleged male loneliness epidemic are lonely women on the internet.
And it may sound dramatic, but that is what it boils down to. Now, the incels that he's talking about in the video are the men who find themselves in dark pockets of the internet and grow resentful of women. Issue is he's talking about it as if it's this new crisis. He thinks that for the first time in history, we're seeing a mass rejection of men from women, and he's worried about the gene pool. Women have rejected men for as long as the earth has been turning. What is new, however, is that we are now able to do so more safely. And I say more safely because it's still not safely, but men are noticing this time en masse because they're noticing that they're not getting away with what their species has gotten away with for hundreds of years. Nothing has changed except the fact that more women in this country are now able to say no.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know, sweetie, considering how many doctors and engineers your boy Keir Starmer is bringing in on little boats, and the state of your country right now, I don't think that's true. Unless you live in a very affluent gated community.
It is the same age-old propaganda from the patriarchy that men are the victims and they need to be saved.
You're kidding, right?
Stop it. Get some help.
Who has been saying that they need to save men from being incels? No, they just shame men for being incels.
Sweetie, if the patriarchy considered that men are the victims and they're the ones that need saving, men would be exempt from the draft and it would be you lovely ladies fighting all the wars. But in reality, modern Western society is actually coddling women so much that a lot of you lovely ladies have completely lost touch with reality, which explains this video of yours.
Men, you are not entitled to offspring. And I can't believe I'm even saying this in 2026, but women do not owe you sex.
Well, sweetie, fair enough. Good luck with the doctors and engineers. And if you find yourself in a culturally enriching situation with them that you really need to get out of, tell them that they're not entitled to offspring and that you don't owe them box. And if that doesn't work and you need some help, remember, by your same logic, you're not entitled to protection and Western men don't owe you civilization.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Correct. Like, they all talk this game as if they know what's going on, but they have no clue. Literally, if the rug was pulled from under them, literally the road that just got destroyed, everything just had to be rebuilt, women would just die. Like, literally die. Wintertime, half the women died. Like that.
I know we're just friends, but listen, I take the weight off your shoulders when life gets tough. And if stress eating helps, hell, I'd even let you taste my pink taco.
What?
Kidding how? Have you tasted that?
I don't know, guys. A taco that's being wrecked on that website that starts with only by 1,000 eggplants will always taste like heresy to me.
I don't know what heresy tastes like, but I believe you.
That's brilliant. You're absolutely right. If a middle-aged mom left her marriage, she would become a single parent with just one income because 2 minus 1 equals 1. Math. See, here's the thing. Rick, middle-aged women right now are Gen X women. We've spent our entire
they're like millennial women, actually.
Lives thinking that we have been the problem in every single situation we've ever been in. We are the queens of self-reflection. And
yeah, you guys are literally the women that literally destroyed the demographic of all dating landscapes. Is you middle-aged women now, because you were boss babes.
What ends up happening is that when we leave our midlife marriages, we are so crystal clear about who we are, what we want, and what our worth is, that when we move on, we blossom. And we aren't focused on finding the next dude. We're focused on building businesses, creating things, raising our children in the ways that we value.
Oh yes, remove the father from the home, so daughters can grow up just like their mothers, divorced in their 50s and posting cringe on TikTok, and sons can grow up without a positive male role model, so they end up being the simps that women divorce.
It's sad, isn't it?
And you wonder why a lot of rational men are walking away from dating.
We are focused on becoming the greatest, most exceptional versions of ourselves. What are you doing?
Living my life, controlling my finances, and avoiding women like you like the plague.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
And isn't it funny that women that lived off their husband all of a sudden come in, destroy the marriage, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm here to build better and for myself and everything because we're builders. No, you're a wrecker because you wrecked your own home. You home wrecker you. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.